Hello everybody, it's VerticalSandwich, and we're gonna clear out like 9 more teensies here. We're gonna do some invasion paintings and stuff, but what I really want to talk about is, the other day at work. Like, believe it or not, my crappy third-shift factory job has a lot of incredibly reasonable, interesting, and very nice people in it. But the other day I was stuck just listening to guys just like objectify women who work there. There aren't a lot of women who work there. And I have to say, like, first off, like, I graduated from high school, like, almost, 16 years ago or something. Yeah, 16 years ago. Anyway. And I actually graduated from high school, like, I grew up. These guys apparently did not. And one of them was probably pretty young, and the other one, I know graduated high school the year before I did. And I was just thinking, the whole time, I'm just like, first off, I shouldn't have to listen to this. Like, people shouldn't talk like this. Like, there's no appropriate, like, at least in my mind, there's no appropriate kind of, like, forum for this. Like, it's never, like, I've never heard comments like these and gone like, oh, what a clever and interesting thing to say. But also what I want to say is just like, you know what that says about your self-esteem and stuff, right? Like, I mean, not you in particular, because I don't think most people listening to this probably don't talk that way. But, like, I spent all my time kind of sitting there going, like, this is so sad and pathetic. Like, what do you want me to say? Like, you're a strong, impressive, macho guy? Like, is that, is that the line that's supposed to come out of this? And I just kept my mouth shut, but, it was unsettling. It kind of bothered me. It shook me up. Like, I'm not used to that kind of crap. And, I was a little disappointed. I don't know. I think people in general, just like, it's actually easy to forget about that kind of stuff. Like, I don't know. I mean, college spoiled me that way, I guess. Like, but not even that, like, I don't know, like, there's a difference between talking about somebody being attractive and talking about them being, like, a thing. Like, a thing you want to do stuff to. Like, again, I just didn't think that it was, I thought it was kind of, I don't know. And these are people who didn't really know me, so it was even kind of more disconcerting, because, like, if they did know me, they would have known that if I'd been comfortable, reacting to them, like, and they weren't really talking, as much to me as they were around me, but, because if they'd known me, my response would have been like, geez, that's so ridiculous and stupid, and you should probably shut up. But the people who know me wouldn't, the people who I associate with just generally don't talk that way. I don't know, it was just weird to me. It was just very strange. Like I said, I'm sure that in certain circles, I'm sure that goes on far more often than just with the people who tend to associate with me, because, like, I certainly don't bring subjects like that up. Like, and don't get me wrong, it's not that I'm not, I mean, like, clearly I have feelings and emotions and attractions and things. I just, like, I don't know. It's just, I guess it's the same with people who want to, like, bully or intimidate or pick on people. Like, I don't get that either. Because, like, I don't need to, like, I know who I am and what I am and things like that. And I don't need to defend that or, somehow. Man, the opening of every one of these invaded levels is so pathetic for me. Anyway, I don't, I'm probably, I don't know, I have an intellectual maturity that I guess is not as common as I wish it was. I guess I shouldn't say that, because, like, who am I to judge how people are, but, like, I guess I would just rather talk about almost anything. Like, I had a really interesting conversation with a guy I worked with today about Chief Justice Oliver Wendell Holmes and eugenics in America. You know, like that is what I prefer. And I know I work at like a third shift factory job, and I'm not gonna get that all the time. But like, you know, even without a command of a certain, you know, academic subject, and you know, we actually were just talking about like, cause I'm a big fan of World War. Not a big fan, but I'm a buff of like I'm a history buff for World War II. I don't want to say I'm a fan of World War II, because World War II was an awful, horrible thing that, you know, it would be nice if we lived in a world where that didn't have to happen. But, you know, it was interesting. Like, I like to talk about it. I like to talk about, because a lot of people know stuff about it. And it's filled with, you know, incredibly interesting personalities and events and, you know, and is one of those things that, you know, like, momentous occasions that, like, and historic tragedy events that, you know, fortunately we don't see very often. So it's an oddity. So we do end up clearing out Living Dead Party in this video, which is nice, because then we never do it again. And it only took me 3 shots to clear out Orchestral Chaos, which is beautiful. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. And maybe I have. I probably have overdeveloped sensitivities when it comes to the way guys talk to each other, because in a lot of ways I'm not a stereotypical, you know, just guy. You know, I've always just been, you know, with the exception of football, I've always just not been into a lot of the things that, you know, guys, or if I am, it's for different reasons. Like, I know a lot about, you know, car repair and motorcycle maintenance because I've owned cars and motorcycles and like to repair them. Like, it's not because like I'm a big gearhead or something. You know, I also I've done a great deal of fishing, but it has a lot more to do with my, you know, my father being a huge fisherman, like, and a little bit of hunting because of that too. And I don't do those things on my own, and don't do them anymore. I do buy a fishing license every year, and then go out in my kayak and like carry a fishing pole and almost never throw it in the water. Like, it's ridiculous. I'm far more about being out in nature than I am about, you know, I don't want to hurt animals, really. And that's not saying any, you know, my brother is really big into that stuff. He's a very stereotypical guy and really into cars because he's into cars. He loves Mustangs. He's 50. Like, I'm not, you know, I'm not, if you do that stuff, it's not, you know, that it makes you different than me in your approach to the way you feel about those things. But, you know, some of the people I love dearly are very into that stuff. I don't want to say like hunters are bad, fishermen are bad, like, that's not the way. I do have an affinity for firearms, I will say that, which is, I guess, kind of weird. But growing up in the country, you know, I like that I handle them responsibly. I don't handle them often, and, you know, I'm one of those kids who took hunter safety and things like that. I don't know. I guess if you didn't grow up on a farm, there are a lot of aspects of this that maybe you can't relate to. But I make no apologies for who I am, like, and won't. Like, that's just the way things are. And I've got, you know, when it comes to expressing opinions like this, I have kind of a you know, invulnerable armor because, you know, I essentially control the comments that are allowed to remain, and have the ability to block people and things like that. So it's not a very fair. Although I don't do that to people who I feel are being. I just do that. I do that to trolls, like trolls and bullies. Like, if you're not one of those, you're safe. We still didn't get enough lums in this stupid level to get the gold cup, the second gold cup. Because there's a different gold cup for lums and one for getting all the teamsies. That should be noted. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know, like, but so when we're in those subject matters, like, or those subjects at work and stuff, I relate. I can talk about, you know, the farm and the country, and, you know, if people want to talk about fishing and hunting, that's fine. I mean, I don't really have a lot to add. Unless you want to talk about the terrain, like you want to talk about, you know, this like lakes I kayak on. I can tell you, like I can talk to you about them all day. Or rivers for that matter. But you know, if what you want to do is talk about field dressing a deer, I don't know what to say to you really. Like I've never done that. Because I've never deer hunted. That's too much. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm comfortable with certain aspects of being, you know, of a typical kind of country guy. But that, you know, that's not total redneck for me. You know, people who are just like, you know, like, I don't know, mudding and pussy and blah, blah, blah. Like, that's not, I'm not comfortable with that. And so when I run into it, I'm just like, I don't know what to do, essentially. That's kind of what I wanted to get off my chest. I don't know. Like, I don't know, and I guess that's what you'd expect from a guy who plays video games offline or online. But I wouldn't. Well, I don't know. Maybe there are guys who play video games online. I know there's one guy who does video games online drunk. So, anyway, which by the way, once you see this video, I will have been sober for 11 years. So put congratulations in the comments because I know somebody will. And so when we come back, we'll probably be talking about the game again. You guys take care. And bye, everybody. Thanks for listening.